Scottish kilts represent Scotland's beautiful history and cultural heritage. Many people can recognize kilts as a representation of Scottish culture. However, kilts contain more secrets than one might expect. These pieces of attire draw attention not only for their uniqueness, but also their rich history. Welcome to another episode of Fast Facts. Subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the latest uploads. Okay, let's get into today's video. Secret number 10. Kilts only gained popularity in the 1700s. Some expect the Celtic tribes to have worn the kilt for a millennia, but in reality, the first came about in the 16th century, and after nearly 2 centuries of gaining traction, the kilt received an upgrade from an English Quaker named Thomas Rawlinson. Afterwards, a Scottish associate wore Rawlinson's version and the kilt's popularity spread throughout Scotland. By the mid-1700s, the kilt represented great wealth and style throughout the country, as influenced by the Highlanders, who first wore them. Secret number 9. The word kilt is not Gaelic. Believe it or not, the word kilt does not come from any Gaelic language native to Scotland. Instead, kilt comes from the Old Norse word, which is more than a little hard to find the pronunciation of online, but it's spelled 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿T, which roughly means pleated. Norse culture experienced massive spread through Viking raids and settlements. The Vikings established settlements throughout Scotland and the British Isles. The meaning pleated from the Norse word for kilt refers to an article of clothing worn around or over the body. The original great kilt acted as a full-length piece of clothing, which could be wrapped around the upper and lower portions of the body. Thus, the word kilt came from the original Norse word, which described its way of fitting. Secret number 8. Short kilts came about in the 17th century. So while great kilts covered the whole body, a smaller and more convenient version came about in the 17th century. The small kilt, also known as the 𝐜𝐨𝐵𝐷, apologies if I didn't get that right, in Scottish Gaelic and anglicized to 𝐜𝐴𝐵𝐷, came in 2 pieces. One piece was worn below the chest to the knees, and the other could be worn over the shoulder and around the chest. Secret number 7. Kilts are only 500 years old. Kilts, in their modern form, earned their first mention in the 16th century. Now, you may remember Mel Gibson sporting a kilt in Braveheart, which took place in the 13th century. Kilts evolved from an earlier version known as a plaid. The Romans report this as the fashion of choice for the Scots during their first meetings with the tribe nearly 2,000 years ago. So while you can call kilts young, their predecessors came about from time immemorial. Secret number 6. Kilts require fashionable and functioning accessories. The full kilt outfit requires accessories, each with its own purpose. In order to secure the kilt and keep it from slipping, kilt wearers need to use a torque, which is a metal ring with a pin. The kilt-wearing Highlanders also wore long black socks with their kilts. That's a tradition continued today. They used these socks to conceal a small dagger called a 𝐦𝐨𝐵𝐿, and if I didn't get anywhere close on that pronunciation, apologies. While used less often in a defensive or offensive manner today, the 𝐦𝐨𝐵𝐿 continues to represent an integral part of the Scottish formal dress. Most kilts do not have pockets, therefore, wearers need to use an accessory called a sporran, which means purse in Gaelic. Sporrans hold all sorts of items. They act as wallets or bags and hold money, food, or ammunition. They rest over the kilt and around the waist. Secret number 5. The Great Kilt Ban made kilts popular. In an attempt to crush the Scottish spirit and separate the Scots from their culture, King George II issued a ban on kilts in 1746. The ban included anything associated with Highland dress, and it backfired in a major way. While the ban originally meant to isolate his political opponents, the Scottish people took to wearing kilts to protest England's unfair treatment of their country. The English repealed the ban after 36 years in 1782. By then, the kilt cemented itself as the fashion of Scotland. Secret number 4. Kilts as precious heirlooms. The history of the Scottish dress extends beyond the nation of Scotland. Kilts take time, care, and craftsmanship to create. They can take up to 25 hours to create by hand, meaning that each kilt requires a lot of attention. Scottish families pass down these handcrafted traditions through the generations. These kilts bring with them stories from great moments for the family. The components of the kilt, including pattern and color, hold importance for each family who wears one. Scots keep these kilts with pride and use them to pass on their familial legacy. Secret number 3. Kilts as a national symbol. After the repeal of the kilt ban, the Dress Act established the kilt as a national symbol of Scottish independence. Clans took up their own kilts with a unique tartan pattern, representing a specific region or family. Secret number 2. Kilts did not always feature tartans. So kilts are known for their tartan designs, often called plaid outside of Scotland. However, the original kilts featured solid colors from wool. Kilt makers then started dyeing their threads with plants and berries depending on availability. Regional fauna created the idea of colors, representing a wearer's origins. The act of dyeing the threads morphed into the tartan patterns we recognize today. Secret number 1. What's beneath the kilt? Well, the question on everyone's mind: what does a Scotsman wear beneath his kilt? According to a recent survey, 55% of kilt wearers wear dark underwear under their kilt. The next largest group wears absolutely nothing at all, with 35% reporting this. Finally, a slim minority at 7% of kilt wearers indicated that they wear shorts or tights beneath their kilts. The survey also found that a whopping 91% of Scottish women found kilts attractive on Scotsmen. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. If you enjoyed it and you found it helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.